Hello, class. Are you ready for my special song about John? John the rabbit? Oh, yes. Now, remember, think about the song. John the rabbit's a really cool friend of mine. He's really, really nice, but he only knows how to say, oh, yes. So when John says, oh, yes, listen very carefully. So here's the song. Oh, John the rabbit, oh yes. Oh, John the rabbit, oh yes. Had a mighty bad habit, oh yes, of going in my garden, oh yes, and eating all my peas, oh yes, and ripping up my cabbage, oh yes. He ate tomatoes, oh yes, and sweet potatoes, oh yes. And if I live, oh yes, to see next fall, oh yes, then I won't have, oh yes, a garden at all, oh yes. See, all he knows how to say is oh yes, and you can see him move his mouth when it's time to say oh yes. Can you guys try saying oh yes with John? Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh yes. Ooh, that was pretty good. Let's try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh yes. Awesome. This time, when we sing John the Rabbit's song, can you sing oh yes with John the Rabbit? What do you think, John the Rabbit? Can they do it? Oh yes. Oh, well, there you go. Here, let's give it a try. Oh, John the Rabbit, oh yes. Oh, John the Rabbit, oh yes. Had a mighty bad habit, oh yes, of eating all my peas, oh yes, and ripping up my cabbage, oh yes. He ate tomatoes, oh yes, and sweet potatoes, oh yes. And if I live, oh yes, to see next fall, oh yes, then I won't have, oh yes, a garden at all, oh yes. Whew. What's that, John? Oh, see, John's starting to get kind of a sore throat. He's just been saying, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, over and over and over again. So this time, John the Mouse's gonna move his mouth, but instead of saying oh yes, can you help him say oh yes all on your own? So it's gonna go like this. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. So this time, watch John and say oh yes when it's his turn to say it, but you're gonna say it all by yourselves. Oh, John the Rabbit. Oh, John the Rabbit. Had a mighty bad habit of going in my garden and eating all my peas and ripping up my cabbage. And if I live to see next fall, then I won't have a garden at all. Fantastic job, everyone. Wave bye to John. Bye. John, can you say bye to everyone? Oh, yes. It's all he knows how to say. See you later.